God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Saviour was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we'd all gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. I just sing a Christmas song because it's Advent. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to The Letter. When we last left off, a ghost was fooling around with Zach's photos, is threatening to haunt Hannah Wright, and since we got a friendly father to bless the mansion, to exorcise it, unfortunately, the demonic ghost has gone to haunt the father, the poor soul. And now, here we are, back in our apartment, pondering what on earth is going on. And hopefully... Oh, what's this? As promised, Miss Wright had my bike delivered back to my apartment. Alright. Raise your glasses, give cheers to good time. We are cordially invited to the Wright's housewarming party on October 28th, 2016, Friday. Okay, so this was set 3 years ago. Or... seeing how it was, this game released in 2017, people would have said it was set in last year. 3 o'clock in the afternoon onwards, Avantgarde Mansion. Ah, nice, it even has the official stamp. Fancy. Ribbons, too. Ooh, good taste. Be there, it said. If only if it were that easy, but it'll give me a chance to talk to her. Yeah, at least it's another opportunity to talk to her, that's a good way of putting it. About that thing in their house. Oh yes, that thing! With a sigh, I let my hand fall to the side of the bed, along with the invitation. I'll think about it tomorrow, but my head ain't muddled with thoughts of a headless woman and the haunting smiles of a ghost. Belatedly, it occurs to me, I hadn't eaten anything since I left this morning. Oh, man! And an empty, gnawing ache makes itself known, but I can't bring myself to stand up. Well, isn't that a bummer? Today was a complete waste of time, and frankly a disappointment. We all get days like that. It wasn't a complete waste of time. We made progress. I don't like this. The lack of certainty. This quiet. The lack of stable ground to stand on. The part where I do not know what will come tomorrow. Ever since that damn letter, everything has been thrown out of the loop. I wish everything stayed the same. Some things need to change. Sometimes people's eyes need to be opened. Routine would have been much easier to make sense than this. Closing my eyes, I let the noise from the streets bellow me and low. Bellow, no, sorry, that would have been 2 L's. I let the streets lull me to sleep. At the very least, that's the one thing that hasn't changed. Or has it? Okay. October 29th, Saturday. The melody carries into the hall, long before I cross the threshold. Solemn, but gentle and soothing. A reminder of what home is. Pa's firm but meaningful gaze, Ma's wistful smiles, the warm rays filtering through the eaves of sunset, the distinct smell of wet earth and leaves after a long day's rain, and our room. The room, Ma and Pa's pride and joy. A place where we were once promised several springs ago. Yet it won't stop.
No, wait! Come back! I'll be good this time! Please don't leave! Please stay!
The floorboards are cold under my feet, more than it usually is. The walls more forbidding than what I'm used to. Farther and further the room goes. Ma's singing ceases, and Pa... I can't hear Pa. Papa, can you hear me? There's only the blinding fear. Papa, can you hear me? When the light breaks. Her skin has already taken a sickly pale color, rotten in most parts, blood dripping from every open gash and lesion in her body. The phantom of the mansion is there, inside your mind. Bony hands grip Hannah's neck like a noose, staining the skin underneath with a vibrant shade of scarlet. Nothing but malice feels the gleam in her eyes. A scream ripples through the air. My whole body feels distant. Oh no. Wait a minute. What's happening? Oh no. Don't tell me. Sorry. Yeah, keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. Okay, is there a jump scare coming up? Every limb heavy with lead. All unable to move at will. Not even so I can swipe the beads of sweat forming up my temple. I don't like this. I don't like this! The rasping of my breath easily fills the room in the wee hours, while I force it back into a steady rhythm. There is a tightness in my chest. I can't shake it off. My heart pounding against it, as if it's something about to burst out, like a chest burster. Something cold has settled in my legs. Not the usual chill that comes and goes with the passing breeze from the window, but one strong enough to sting, shackle, and leave a frigid sensation creeping up my skin. With every struggle I make, the pressure winds firmly around my legs. Tighter, and tighter, and tighter, and all until it becomes too much to bear. My heart stops. I'm gonna duck behind my desk now. Another draft sweeps into the room and brings with it the iron tang of blood. And thick. Okay, no quick turn of that. Suffocating. Filling my nose with a foul, sickening smell as I shift my gaze downward, and it slowly comes into view. Ducking! Oh my goodness gracious gravy! Oh my goodness, that is terrifying. Outstretched in a hideous smile, and eyes brimming with nothing but madness. The stench of gore taints the air around me, and I can't look away. From it, her, from the terror and death of her uncanny twisted features alone, scream! I try to open my mouth to shout, to ask for any help, but my voice has left my body altogether. All I have is the painful realization that no kind of plea will ever save me. Then suddenly, the bed dips. Oh my goodness, that was shocking. The brutal plunge back into myself jerks me awake. Oh, well, full animation. Never thought I'd see that. There is no ear-splitting scream, no wild thrashing of limbs. I'd like to see a full animation for all the CG-ness of this. That would be amazing. But anyway, either way, that was quite amazing. Just a painful, constricting awareness that something has wound itself tighter around my neck. I waste no second pulling it, a blanket, away, but allow myself a few minutes to steady my breathing before getting off the bed. Inhale, hold, exhale. 1 step, 2 steps, 3. But the dreams have gotten worse. Ever since 2 days ago, no longer are they the small cursory flashes that I'm used to, but vivid ones that linger. I can still feel the blood in my hands, the putrid smell of rotting flesh, the sickening crunch of bones breaking with every movement, and her cold, chilling eyes as they bore into me. I draw in one long, ragged breath, and before I know it, I'm walking out the door. Even in the waking world, it reeks. A bench in the park is far from the most private place for thoughts in Luxburn, considering its location at the heart of a bustling city. But in the early hours of the morning, it provides enough peace and quiet for any poor problematic soul who happens to wander here. The city is just waking up, a little later than usual, but knowing that one day it is, one can't fault it for being a little tardy just this once. Yet neither the pleasant morning chill nor the soft twittering of birds does anything to banish the imagery. Every single one has rooted itself in my head, its claws digging deep in what is no longer a safe place to hide in.
London Bridge is falling down,
Hello?
falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Hello?
Take a key and lock him up, lock him up, lock him up. Take a key and lock him up, my fair lady.
Okay. Well,
London Bridge is
that's
falling
pleasant.
down, falling
It
down,
used
falling
to
down.
be
London
easy
Bridge is falling
finding
down,
some
my fair
pretend
lady.
peace under the
Take
guise
a
of
key and
sheer
lock him up,
optimism
lock
following
him
regular
up,
routine.
lock him up.
Now?
Take a key and
Now I don't
lock
know what to
him
make of
up,
it.
my
Sometimes it's
fair
easier
lady.
to run, easier to hide when everything's falling apart that way.
London
You
Bridge
don't have
is
to be the first
falling
to
down,
witness it when
falling
it works.
down, falling
Little
down.
girl, I
London
like
Bridge
your
is
song,
falling
but could you
down,
please stop
my
singing
fair
soon?
lady.
You
Take
sing a different
key
song
and
at least?
lock him up, lock him up,
Yeah.
lock him up.
Yes,
Take
I know.
a key and
Well,
lock him up, my
Yeah,
fair. Hey, mister.
Oh, so the other one's singing. Hello. A tiny voice gives me a pause. When I look up, a little girl, maybe about 6 or 7, is peering at me. 2 wide eyes, overflowing with what can only be a natural curiosity one typically sees in children, and the blue hair akin to Marge Simpson and Hilda. I vaguely note that St. Goretti uniform she's wearing before returning her greeting.
Hey, kid.
Kylie.
Kylie.
Kylie?
That's my name.
Pleasure to meet you, Kylie.
Mama said it's rude not to call people by their names.
Well, you're not wrong. She then flops down on the empty space beside me. Her little legs, still too short to touch the ground, strings in tune with a song she hums under her breath. I don't mind kids, and I would often invite the ones in that old neighborhood to give them treats. Of course, by then, Sis and I both too old to play with them, but you get used to the commotion of it. Zach, are you afraid of children? It's not completely as unpleasant as most people would imply. Kylie seems to be a well-behaved kid anyway.
Oh, sorry. Nice to meet you, Kylie. Is Mama here?
No, but my big brother's with me.
Okay.
He's taking pictures with his camera over there.
Another photographer. He points to the far end of the park, the one close to the street where a kid is taking shots of something above him. It doesn't look to be birds because all there is on the side of the park, a building.
I don't see what's so interesting with the tip of a building, though. I'd take pictures of dogs if I were him. They're cuter.
Something must resonate with him.
Do you have a camera too, mister?
I most certainly do.
Yeah, I'm actually a photographer.
Mama said I'm too young to get a camera.
At least you are for the time being.
I'm sure your mama will eventually give you one. But won't you be late for school like this?
Big brother will get us there on time. Rowan promised Papa. We aren't going to be late. It's sports day. So it's not good if you keep looking like that today.
Alright.
If it ends up raining and we lose, it's your fault.
All right, I'll try not to upset the clouds today, kid.
Is it because you're sick, mister?
I don't know. Maybe the ghost I encountering could change the weather. Before I know it, a smile has spread over my face. They say kids ask the toughest questions sometimes, and they sure do, with how sincere Kylie looks. Lying feels like doing her a huge disservice.
No, not sick. Just having a very, very bad day.
Why is that?
Because a ghost is haunting me!
Is that like when my big brother ate all of my pudding? He did that once and then cried. It wasn't very nice of him.
If you replace Big Brother with a ghost for Zach's case, then yes.
Yeah, I think so. You see, there's this mean girl. She's given my friends and I a lot of trouble.
That's a good way of putting it.
Hard to keep up when things are like that, you know?
Indeed.
Especially when you can't do anything.
Indeed.
It's kind of scary.
I'll say.
Makes you wish things will just stay as peaceful as they used to be.
Maybe she just wants to be friends with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I highly doubt that. She already hurt one of my friends.
Oh gosh.
What if she's just sad? Or maybe she just wants help.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Melody. I let her borrow my crayon when she left hers. Now we're playmates.
It's not really the same thing, Kylie.
Yeah. Man, I wish.
What she did, they're pretty bad things.
Oh, yeah. Very bad things indeed.
I still think there's another reason.
Yeah.
Did you try talking to her? That's what Mama said I should do.
I don't know. Necromancy is a very evil thing to do.
I don't think that'll work either.
I don't think she's the type to be negotiated with unless we find another way.
You haven't even tried yet. You sound like Rowan.
Maybe we'll try later on.
You're just scared, mister.
You'd be too if you saw our friend. If you could even call her that. That strikes a chord. Maybe it's the honesty in her tone, or simply the truth in the words itself. I don't know why, but I can't help it. I laugh. Loud enough to disturb an elderly couple taking a leisure walk nearby.
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm gone mad as heck.
That's nothing. You're a really smart kid, you know that?
Mm-hmm. That's what I've been doing, ain't it? Go full speed ahead, then backtrack when the going gets tough. Stay in my safe zone because that's what I know. Once Dr. Navarro said I should be the one willing to deal with my problems before anyone else. I didn't show up on our next appointment after that. But he's right. And though I hate to admit it, knowing what I've been seeing, but the kid makes a good point too. I've been so caught up thinking there might be no way out. Maybe there isn't, or maybe there is. But that doesn't mean I should just leave it up to fate.
You better get to school, though, or you'll miss sports day. You should have won yourself some awards, alright?
Alright. Can I show it to you when I do? That can cheer people up, right?
Sure. In the distance, her brother calls for her, and I took that as a sign to leave. Got things to do, to face, the first few steps, they say.
Nah, I'm good now, I think. Thanks to you. Besides, Mr. needs to go. But you should show it to Mama and Papa. I'm sure they'll be proud of you, Kylie.
I will. Thanks, mister. Bye.
Bye, Kylie. Pleasure to meet you. I give her a little pat on the head before heading my way. A small gesture of thanks from a stranger she didn't know she might have helped. She may not understand it now, even though at such a young age she already has this understanding of things. But maybe when she's older, and the world no longer seems too big for her. Yeah, it's amazing how children can understand the world better than adults.
But aren't you going to help me, mister?
Huh?
With what?
Confused, I glance back. What's with the demonic look on her face? Whatever cheer our little talk brought has vanished under the shadows suddenly. That's my eyes. This frigid air is almost definitely not how the morning chill should feel like. Bitter, stinging, unwelcome. And the kid.
What do you think, mister? Are you going to help me?
What is she on about?
Leave us alone! What did we do to you?
The response never comes, however, because when I blinked, gone. Oh, the ghost is playing tricks on us.
Hello? Mister? Are you okay?
Oh, okay, the ghost was playing tricks on us. For several passing seconds, I let my stare linger on her face, waiting for any sign to another change. All that remains is there is the carefree smile of a child. None of the spite, none of the cold, bloody smile.
Nothing, huh? I really need to go, Kylie. It was nice meeting you.
See you again, mister!
Bye! Well, that was freaky. Let's run away! I don't look back, not even as I bump into a couple of passers-by as soon as I'm out on the busy streets. Going insane, that's what it is. And if we don't do something, we will all be. The tremors follow me as I get home. I'm getting some Studio Ghibli vibes right now. Or is it some Breath of the Wild vibes? Yeah, Studio Ghibli vibes. It's the piano. I had hoped a little stroll around the block for a few hours would help. Instead, I am assaulted with more images of her. Her smile, the loathing in her eyes, the stench of gore, the horrid crunch that comes with every movement she makes. Even old memories have been sullied by her, and Ma's song no longer sounds as sweet as it's meant to be. In the end, all I got is a sinking feeling I will never be able to get rid of her image. Another ridiculous idea that may or may not even work. The sun is already hanging low on the horizon when I make it back. And for the first time, coming home feels more like a chore. Only I didn't arrive to an empty room. Because as soon as I open the door, I'm greeted by none other than...
Sup, Z-Man?
Ah, the asshole.
I told you we should have called him before going here.
And Bella!
It's fine.
Hey! It is Ashton I see first, sitting comfortably on my couch, munching on a bag of chips with both feet propped atop the coffee table. Whatever proverbial stone has made a home at the pit of my stomach automatically flies right out the window at the sight of him. But before any exasperation can set in, my attention is taken by the other occupant in the room. Isabella perches on the only other chair in the room, attempting to make herself smaller. It seems, from how closely she's hugging her arms against her. Nevertheless, she gives me a small smile that when she notices my stare. Yet somehow, there ain't any warmth in it like it's supposed to have.
Hey, Zach. Sorry we just barged in here. Ash was...
Relax. Z-Man gave me a copy of the key himself.
Only after you broke the 13th one. I can't keep replacing them every time you think it'd be a good idea to break into my apartment. And stop calling me Z-Man.
There's a bloodstained on the carpet. Right.
I didn't break anything this time.
Ash, just because I gave you a key doesn't mean you can just stroll in here whenever you want to. And, hey, is that my...
Ash smirks at me, because of course he has the gall to smirk knowing what he did. He pops in what's very likely the last piece of chip in his mouth and folds the wrapper neatly on the table before throwing it in the nearby trash. Look at that eyebrow! From her chair, Isabella shoots me an apologetic smile as soon as the foil hits the waste bin with a dull punk. Common sense dictates that I should be a Hulk right now. But after everything, I can't be mad. Something normal play out in front of me, no matter how childish their antics can get. I can't bring myself to muster even a tidbit of it. Behind me, the television starts blaring the music for the end credits of a movie. Oh boy, which one? They have likely been watching it for a while if Ash has gotten impatient enough to rummage through my cupboards to start watching something.
Of course he eats all of it. You know, I was saving that for the weekend. Did you at least share some with Bella?
Wait, what day is it today? No, it is the weekend! Sorry, I'm actually just reading this. Okay, sorry.
Don't worry about it. I'm good, Zach.
Really? It's free food, you know? What was that you usually say? You don't say no to free food? What happened?
No, I'm just not hungry.
Ash only shrugs at the question in my eyes. I can't be the only one who finds this vibe she's giving off to be odd, and the guy has no doubt already caught wind of it.
Aye. But if you want something, just say so. I've got a fully restocked pantry right here at your disposal. Still not a 5-star level thing, but for an empty stomach, it'd do.
Alright.
Just say the word.
Thanks, Zach. Maybe next time. Food is not really what we came here for. Ash, he's the one who...
Kissed you? She casts a brief glance at Ash, and in an instant he sits up. Every trace of amusement is gone from his face as he clasps his hand in front of him and leans forward. A minuscule gesture meant to arise, yet the grim expression on him tells a different story altogether.
All right, you two, what's this about? I don't like those looks.
Sorry, I just had a silly thought. A short but tense pause follows. I'm pregnant! Sorry. Yeah, that was the silly thought. Under normal circumstances, I'd wait, but with these two, the more you force it, the more they'll clamp down on it. But as a handful of seconds continue to slip by, the unsettling feeling in me also grows with it. Soon it turns to impatience. Before I can demand a response, though, one of them finally speaks up. It is Isabella who speaks first.
We just thought we should check on you.
Oh, thank you.
After what happened to Rose,
Please don't tell me something happened again.
No, nothing. None so far. And we're keeping it that way as much as possible.
Ash, it's not that easy. This isn't some...
We don't know that. Let me...
The bit of frustration in his tone is impossible to miss, but he catches it as soon as Isabella draws back. He follows himself a moment to breathe before dropping it for one less harsh, while more tempered, gentler.
Let me look at this first, okay? I agreed to help, but you've got to let me handle things from now on.
I already told you everything.
There must be something we're not seeing in this just yet. We'll sort this out, but no more silly ideas and running around on your own. You're making people worry more than necessary. Becca, especially.
So everything's fine?
Depends on who you're asking. How are things with you? Anything odd?
A ghost?
Good, I guess. Admittedly, how things went down at the housewarming party last night threw me off a bit.
I'm not asking about that. Remember the letter thing Isabella's been yapping on about? I'm asking about that kind of odd.
I look at him. Gaped, more like. That was perfectly timed piano music, actually. His serious expression doesn't waver despite the perplexed look I shoot him. This is a brief second I let pass as I wait for the heavens to fall somewhere. It doesn't come. The sky is still bathed in vaporous reddish hues as it waits to the night to arrive. Luxburn is still the same busy city, and everything in my room still appears as it did a second ago, including the unnerving ticking of my wall clock. It's not ticking! It's broken! It's not moving at all! But if Ashton, calm, cool, collected, always logical Ashton, takes interest in this, something, or someone, must have stuffed this up somewhere.
Well, the dreams, they're a lot worse than usual. There's a woman now, ever since we saw that letter.
Oh, confession time.
I don't know if it's the same one Isabella talked about.
Oh.
Maybe it is, maybe it ain't.
Oh.
I really don't want to go back to sleep sometimes. Last night was the worst.
The ghost approached us. He ate us.
Anyway, why are you asking about this?
Because we don't want the ghost to eat you.
Rose's death isn't just a coincidence, Zach.
It's a supernatural thing going on here.
It may have something to do with... I may have...
Cursed us all.
Wait, stop right there for a sec, Bella. I thought you ain't buying this stuff, Ash. Just the other day, you said the exact same thing.
Oh, Ash is starting to believe it.
I still don't, but even Rebecca, out of all people, claims there's something.
Oh, we're getting suspicious now.
Whatever this is, someone has got to look into it. Everything about this screams shady.
We're all acknowledging it.
Are you sure you even have the time? Ain't you busy with your current case?
I got taken off that one.
You didn't say you were taken off your case.
I just got the news this morning. Apparently the higher-ups think I'm doing a horrendous job at it. It doesn't matter, though. If these two cases are connected like I initially thought, then regardless, I'm on the right track.
Are you sure we should even be doing this?
Doing what exactly?
There's someplace we'll visit after this.
Too vague for comfort, Ash. And please don't tell me you're bringing her with you.
His affirmation comes in the form of a stare, but that alone says all I need to know. What I pointed out gives him a pause, though, and his voice is thick with hesitation when he addresses Isabella.
You know what? Zach's right, Isabella. You don't have to come with me.
It's not myself I'm worried about. It's you. I'll just do this myself, if it'll get you into more trouble with your superiors. At least I can make up an excuse why I need to be there.
Don't be ridiculous. You're not walking in there without me. Besides, I think it's a little too late to back out now. Have you two seen the news this morning?
I haven't, actually. Mama called, and I was busy.
Family comes first. change in the airs around her. While small, cannot have gone unnoticed, and it takes every willpower not to ask. Probably the only thing reigning in my curiosity is the fact that Ash himself haven't brought it up either.
No problem. It should be in the afternoon news as well.
Oh dear. Man burned after room catches fire. Help me, help me, help me. He grabs the remote and cycles through numerous channels until he gets to the news report about another guy who has been found dead in the early hours of the morning today. He had nothing to do with it! Oh no! We don't even know who this chap is. Poor guy. Burned alive this time. Oddly, no fire was spread, and whatever damage has been contained within the place, the body was found. The room itself, however, was not completely vandalized. Help me. Help me. Help me. Another murder, the authorities claimed. Isabella and I knew better. None of us shifts even after the report ends, but the room has suddenly felt stifling. Ashton's eyes have got hooded with what appears to be a restrained anger, and the remote in his hand creaks mildly under his grip. The stone is back in my stomach, a tiny little thing gripping on my insides, growing with every passing second as the dread sinks in. In the thick of it, Isabella's voice is the one that breaks the hush. A small, weak thing on its own that wavers unevenly between words, but with every syllable heavy with meaning.
This is because of that thing, isn't it? I did this somehow.
You opened up a letter. When it fades, all that's left in the air is her doubt, fear. All we can do is to cope. Still fix this. Stay silent. How are we gonna fix this? I don't know. I'm staying silent right now. Can we fix this? Taking a few things. If I speak, I am condemned. If I stay silent, I am damned. Who am I? Anyway,
It ain't too late. We could still fix this. There's 3 of us here. 4 if you count Rebecca.
No, she's staying away from this.
She lifts her gaze at me, eyes steady and shoulders squared as she holds it against the baffled look I give her. Although in the next second it immediately softens, and it takes me by surprise nevertheless. In those brief moments, it's like I faced a different person.
I don't want to involve her in this any more than I already have. Both of you as well.
I already said it. That's completely out of the question. Stop asking.
Still in all, that's 2 extra heads who can do the thinking. Between us 3, I'm sure we'll figure something out pretty soon.
Don't make this whole thing sound like it's a piece of cake to deal with.
It ain't. But better than sitting around, yeah? Plan is still a plan.
You're going to shoot yourself in the foot one day with that kind of thinking. We don't even know who's doing this. The last 2 murders might just be similar incidents done by 2 different suspects.
Hasn't stopped you from going after them before. Remember that time when you...
Okay, stop right there. There will be no retelling of that incident today, Z-Man.
Sure thing, Detective.
Or ever.
Keep calling me Z-Man and maybe I will.
Suddenly Isabella laughs. Though muffled by her hands, its rings light and easy against the thick tension in the room. Still a far cry from the usual cheer it carries, but brings an unwelcome shift in the otherwise dreary mood.
Thanks, you two.
I'll tell you about it when he's not around.
Give it up, Z-Man. She's not interested.
Who says I'm not?
Ash with a face that chuckled at the jest despite himself.
Why am I even friends with you two?
Because we ate potatoes together. And like this, most of our worries ebb away, if only for a few moments. They take their leave mere minutes, close to sundown. But regardless of the lighter mood, little has been said of their plans, only vague hints of what they're aiming to do after. While it ain't any of my business to know, something about this whole thing still gnaws at me. A tiny passing thought urges me to do something as well. At this hour, the streets are once again busy with people heading home after a hard day's work. Little of the bustle matters to them as they step out of the crowded walkway, however. Ash especially. There's only this goal in his mind, and I'd wager there's nothing I could do to stop him at this point. He probably decided it long before they made the decision to drop by. But despite this, Isabella lags behind. A worried crease is back in her forehead as she watches Ash leave to get his car.
Something wrong, Bella?
No, Actually, can you check on Becca for me after this? I really didn't get the chance to tell her where I'm headed off to. Tell her I'm okay and we're... No, just that. That's all.
You sure I should skip on that part? If she finds out about this, she'll be angry. I don't really want to deal with angry Rebecca. It gives me a stomachache just thinking about it.
Indeed.
Neither do I, but I'll handle it if she gets mad. Just make sure she's safe and tell her to be careful. You too. Take care of yourself.
Almost abruptly she pauses, the gaze in her eyes hardening as she lapses into another, one of those long, distant silences from earlier. This ain't just because of the whole fiasco with the letter anymore.
I don't want what happened to Rose to happen to you guys as well.
This one. The one cut deeper. The one that looks deep into the well-being of your soul. Before I can ask about it, Ashton returns, casually swinging his car keys on one hand and gestures at Isabella.
Come on, we don't have much time. Shirley's waiting.
Who's sure? Oh, right. Don't answer that. I don't want to hear it, you huge dork.
Blushing.
Says the person who gave her stuffed toys names. Batcat? Really?
Meow 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 Bat.
It's cute. Yours is just weird. I'll see you later, Zach.
Bye. She parts. She spares us another smile as I watch her walk off. Only now did it occur to me that none of those she gave me today ever did reach her eyes. I make a grab for the back of Ash's parka. What's a parka? He staggers briefly before correcting himself and shooting me a confused stare.
Is she alright?
What? Who's okay?
Isabella. She's been, I don't know, out of it today? Did something happen earlier?
The scowl on his face says it all.
She's actually been like that this morning. I'll ask, but...
Just do me a favor and watch over her. We have no idea what we're dealing with.
But it's definitely ghostly.
I don't know what happened to her since the last time I saw her, but from how she's been doing today, whatever it is, it seems like a pretty big deal.
Why?
Wait, you didn't annoy her again, did you? Because I...
What? No. Why would I?
I'm just asking. I'll take your word for it. But if you can find out what's bothering her, that'd be nice. Honestly, I don't think it's the letter this time.
I'll see what I can do.
Make sure you keep yourself out of harm's way, alright?
Yeah, you too. Don't do anything reckless again.
Reckless, no. But I can't make you to promise I won't do anything. After seeing that, there's no way in hell I'm going to pretend there ain't a problem when there is. This is a really big one, and I'll be damned if I let anything happen to you guys while I sit here. I'm done running when things get tough.
You're about to argue for a moment, but...
Look, bro, if things ain't good, I'll be the first one out. But allow me this one thing, aight? Just this one time. If it doesn't work out, you'll be the first one to know. You can laugh then, or berate me all you want. But please don't ask me to step aside like I'm incapable of doing anything to help.
I have no idea if it is the look in his face or the tone of my voice. Ultimately, although his mouth presses into a thin line, he knows.
All right. Stay safe, Zach.
You too, asshole. When he stumbles into the sidewalk, allows the afternoon crowd to swallow him whole, I like to think the tiny glim in his eyes is the closest thing we can get to optimism in this ghastly, ghostly situation. Whether that alone will be enough to give me peaceful sleep tonight remains to be said. October... Okay, he's awake. October 30th, Sunday. Night falls, and despite my best attempts, sleep continues to elude me. With her image still stuck in my head. Oh, he's not gone to sleep yet! Flashing every few moments, it catches me off guard. With Ma's lullaby still echoing in my ears, no longer the safe tune it once was. And the terrible gnawing at the pit of my stomach. There's no wonder I can't bring myself to drift off even a little while. It's not as if there's a complete lack of things to do while waiting for sleep to come, if it ever will. And at 3:45... Oh, goodness gracious gravy, what are you doing to yourself, Zach? I find myself cleaning my photography equipment for no other reason than just to pass time. Oh no. The ghost is gonna appear! For a while, at perhaps a 40-second time, my eyes shift over to the end of the table where my phone lies still. And she's gonna appear right there. Okay. Everyone, place your bets. Place your bets. The ghost is either gonna appear right here or directly behind him. Everyone make your bets. I bet it's right here. There's plenty of space for the ghost to appear. The ghost is probably... I just had another funny thought. The ghost is probably gonna say, "Come to bed. I promise I won't be naughty." Okay, what have I done? They haven't promised a call, of course, but a small part of me wishes they could have the common sense, at the very least. Waiting is a tough game, and with the concern stretching out the minutes far longer than usual, it's impossible for more unpleasant thoughts not to enter my mind, including the... Anyway, moreover, it does not help that when the clock finally strikes 3... Yeah, I called it! I called it! There's the ghost! It's a spooky, spooky ghost! Okay, no quick time events. Probably just a little scare. The ghost has come for another visit. It'll be a complete and utter lie to say my heart didn't leap straight to my throat in that brief second. Right where she's right. My whole body has gone motionless, ears straining for any further sounds. A couple of tense seconds pass. Look at those mad eyes. Nothing. Of course, with how old the building I'm staying in, power fluctuations ain't anything new. Every now and then this would happen, leaving a few tenants in a rather bad mood. Like David Tennant, he probably wouldn't be happy if you kept yelling "exterminate" as part of your filmmaking. Nothing unusual anymore after a few years of living here. This time, the sudden hush brings with it a stillness that raised the hair at the back of my neck and set my heart beating hard against my chest. Something reeks in the air. In an instant, this place is no longer home. It's the den of the ghost! Every rational fiber in my being screams at me to leave. And yet, I force myself to swallow and keep a clear head as I lay down all my cleaning tools and begin gathering together the rest of my things scattering about on the table. The camera's body, lenses, filters, diffuser, phone, flashlight, buttons, lenses, and anything my hand could reach, including the brushing equipment, including the Photoshop, including the other spectral lenses, the micro lens, the macro lens, the flashlights, the tripods. Like in the nightmares, it is the scent that reaches me first. A foul, putrid smell filling my lungs with the heavy sink of death, of hell. My fingers clamp tightly to the camera, holding it closely to my body, as if the tiny thing could provide enough protection to whatever is around me in the room. Like that Fatal Frame game or something? It won't, but it's the only comfort I have.
Hello?
What's the birdie?
I know you're in here! What do you want?
I want to say hello, my pretty.
Something moves behind me. A soft scuttling of the walls, followed by the squelch and painful creaking of what can only be rotted flesh, broken bones. Without hesitation, I whirl around, my fingers and camera ready, patiently waiting. I'm looking away.
Leave! Leave now!
The power of Christ compels you!
There's nothing here for you!
Nothing but me. Bollocks! Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, jump scare time. I'm looking away. I'm looking away. I'm looking away, away. Welcome. Then, with no warning, the shuffling resumes. Along with it are the sobs of a woman. That's not a ... That should be gasp. G-A-S-P. You should be saying gasp. What? No. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going through with that. I'm not taking photos of a ghost! All of a sudden, her tune changes. No longer a soft cry, but a high-pitched shriek, brimming with pain, grief, and anger. Every ounce of courage I've mustered flees with my body at the sound, and next thing I know, my hand is gripping the knob, and I'm wrenching the door open. Stop this poop! I'm out! Her wails follow me as I flee into the night. Pacing has always been more of Ashton's thing than mine. I'm sorry I didn't do that QuickTime event, but thank God this game gives me the rule of skipping these things if I want to. I'm not going through with that. I'm not gonna put up with that. Oh.